Just stop, sir. Just stop. One of the things, I'm going to sashay out of here. Obviously I think the thing I like most about the show truly is your reactions to 20th century things. All right. Is there anything you would like to see Ichabod take on in the 20th century from, you've done video games, you've done cell phones and motorcycles, which was awesome. And was there anything that you did do that was left on the cutting room floor that you wished had been put into the show?
I can't think of anything that we've done that didn't make it in. No. In the pilot, I seem to remember that there was a helicopter that chased after Ichabod, and I was with my flatmate at the time reading it, and I said, what would his reaction to a helicopter be? And my friend said, you just look at it and you scream. So anything that can elicit that reaction.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi. So Sleepy Hollow is rife with various plot twists, like, spoiler warning for the first season, Henry being the Horseman of War, and then of course Katrina turning into a bad person. Do you guys know about that beforehand, or do you pretty much know when you read that episode script? And specifically for designing creatures, how far do you learn things in advance?
As far as the designing creatures, not nearly far enough. I'll get a story treatment, and I'll get something really clever like faceless, eyeless horror, or my favorite was, it's my first creature, make it really cool. and I have roughly about a week to plan, and maybe, if I'm really lucky, 2 weeks to execute the builds for these things.
Wow. You do great.
That's amazing.
There's a lot of people involved in making those things happen, though. So I'd love to say it was just me in a tool shed with some liquid latex, but there's a whole lot of people helping me. So
I would have taken credit.
But how far in advance do you guys know the arc, I guess, is
as far as the larger arcs, like Henry and Katrina, I think we knew about that. But the way that it was going to unravel, I don't think that, I personally kind of stay away from knowing everything, because I like to sort of live in the reality of it. Yeah.
I think with regards to Henry, I knew from the moment John arrived that he would be Ichabod's son. I didn't know about the Horseman of War until we got that. The week before, when I spoke to Alex Kurtzman about the episode, and he told me. Usually, actually, I hear about the upcoming creatures. When Corey just would like hover around in the makeup trailer and say, I know what the monster is. I'm very excited. And that's normally when I hear about it. I may have just got him fired. Sorry.
Hi. I'd just like to know, what's Ichabod's favourite modern day food?
Favourite modern day food?
For Ichabod.
We've actually carried on with the theme of Ichabod just loving junk food. I need his word again. Loving junk food. Because in the first episode it was the donut holes, and we've just done an episode where he's just addicted to fizzy soda. I think just all of the new ingredients that he never had because it wasn't made in a lab and full of the worst things you can put in. Go America.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We should do it as a fun size bar. Yeah. This is how big fun is. That's your world.
That's another idea I'm stealing.
Hi, Tom. I wanted to ask about your hair. It's a lot shorter than we're used to seeing.
It is.
So is it cut for the show, or?
It is. I'm more than
no more
just a
second
haircut. We had very, very long discussions about it before this season. Like Ichabod's hair in season 1 is kind of a very, very quick attempt to hold on to his period hair. In season 2, he's a lot more relaxed in the present world, so it's down and flowing and and in this, because there's for season 3, there's a time leap from the finale and the start of it.
You heard it here.
I'm going to be joining Corey looking for a job.
Don't tell anybody what he said. That's just for you guys.
Hey, you guys can keep a secret, can't you? There's a time loop. And we wanted to get something so that from the moment you see Ichabod again, you know that something's different. And so there's a very, very physical, this is a different man. But it's still, you know, period and out of place enough so that we don't lose anything.
And he has a jetpack. Time leap.
I have a question. Are you guys going to cross over with Bones, I've heard? If so, what other shows would you like to cross over as? This is my first time and I'm a little bit nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous.
Okay. What shows would you like to cross over with other than Bones? Like, what are your favorite shows, I guess?
I'm sorry?
What shows would you like to cross over with other than Bones?
Ooh! Bones is really cool, so I'm actually really looking forward to
Me
it.
too.
We're about to shoot it now. But if I could pick, it would probably be, have you ever seen No Reservations, Anthony Bourdain?
Oh my God,
I think Abby and Crane should go traveling all over the world and trying food and just be amazing. Find ghosts.
I'm very happy with that.
But since we're on Fox, maybe we should just like go be on Empire or something. I wouldn't mind that either, you know? We could be like a singing duo.
So this question is for Ichabod. Don't get excited, Ichabod. I mean Ichabod the actor. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, the question is, I guess sometimes when I'm watching the show, I find myself very surprised to hear, for example, that Ichabod learned to track through undergrowth while fox hunting, and other surprising things that come up when Americans write about British culture. I was wondering, firstly, do you have any sort of quality control alerts for the writers? Do you ever sort of check for that sort of thing, or do you just try to keep a really straight face when you say it?
I think you should take this one. The writers are very cool at me correcting them. When there's Americanisms that slip in, or if I get bored and sit there with a thesaurus, want to throw in words. A lot of it, they're very generous, and we don't really need to change an awful lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There have been a number of times that Tom has actually caught historical, little historical mistakes where a phrase or something has come into use after Ichabod would have.
Yeah, I think he's being humble. He actually changes quite a bit. But it's because he's like a huge historian. He really kind of gets it. And I don't know how it gets through so many hands without people catching the things that Tom just looks at and he's like, no, it's this. So it's kind of amazing. It's something that's really special, and I think it shows how much he loves this show and you guys, and like making sure that it's authentic.
Woo! My question is, what's your favorite like demon nemesis that you've like battled against on the show?
Yeah, I want to know that too.
What was your favorite to make, Corey?
Ooh. Oh. She says she did that. She slipped that right now. Wow.
I loved the Sandman. Because that was actually the first. That was the first.
Do you remember the Sandman? Okay. So, cutting room floor, right? We do a lot of things, and then the VFX, the visual effects, are added afterwards. So Tom was told that Ichabod was going to be spewing sand from his mouth at some point. If anyone goes back and sees that episode in the back, Ichabod is just hacking up nothing. He's doing this wonderful job, all this acting, like all over the place, veins, the whole thing, nothing. No VFX, nothing. We were like, wow, that is so cool.
I look ridiculous.
Just one of those fun moments. Yeah, I love it. My favorite, it's really simple. I love the Headless Horseman. I'm really small, he's really big, it's scary. He's my favorite guy.
In all of the times that we've had the Headless Horseman, there's not been a single one that it hasn't been exciting.
Yeah.
Watching him either ride a horse or marching towards us, it gives you chills. It's lovely.
I don't even hand the guy the hood. That's stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the only one that you
don't
make.
actually. I'm out of here. Yeah, the Headless Horseman is a truly awesome figure. It's just that force of nature.
The Sandman, actually, back to the Sandman, that was the first creature that we had. It was, I think, the second episode of season 1. So it was the first time I'd ever been on a job where you'd be walking through the car park and a trailer door opens and this big man kind of comes out, and that just got me very excited about the show as a whole, because it looked so amazing with his long fingers and his eyes were blanked out. There's a guy called Marty Martulis who has done most of our creatures. He and a guy called Derek Mears flick back and forth, and they're both wonderful. And Marty has also been he was the Wendigo, he was the...
he's one of our Reavers. He's been...
He was Moloch when Moloch took his skin off and was the jet black Moloch. Yeah. He's brilliant. And as soon as you see him, and everyone kind of looks at him really scary, he's like, "Hey guys, how are you?" It's the weirdest thing.
It's a funny thing.
That was genuinely a brilliant impression of him.
It's really good.
Hi. Nicole, I just wanted to say, first of all, that every time I watch the finale to season 2, when you meet your ancestor, Grace Dixon, I just weep. And it's just beautiful. Thank you so much for that scene. I love it so much.
Oh, it's really kind of you.
Yeah,
Thank you. It's the writers.
I think it touches everybody who is trying to connect with family and find out who they are. So it's just really touching. Thank you.
Oh, man, thank you. It's really kind of you. Thanks.
And Tom, I was in Vegas. Thank you for Las Vegas. Yes.
Supposed to read that.
Sexy Jesus.
That's my mum for the third.
So I wanted to follow up during your panel about a question on the panel. You said you were thinking about pitching a concept to the writers about a heist.
Yeah.
In this season. Can you give us any update on that? Because we...
No. I've discussed it with one of the writers.
Okay, no update
Likes it a
available.
lot.
Anyway, thank you for...
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm super short.
I want to say I love the show, and I think you guys are great on it. It's one of my favorite shows. This question is for Nicole. So in the past 2 seasons, we kind of got more information about Abby and Jenny's mother. So I guess they're gonna bring more information about the father. And if that does happen, how do you think that would change the dynamic of your character, Abby?
She's a plant from Fox.
So embarrassed. Oh my God. Didn't you love every second of it? Yes.
Sort of like what the young lady that just walked away said, finding out more about who you are, I think thus far has made her stronger. You know, made her sort of face, it's the thing I love about playing this character. It's forced her to face the things that she really either ignored or was unaware of or really didn't want to look at. And I think we all can relate to there being parts of ourselves that we don't want to look at. But every time that happens, I think with both of us, even, you know, with Crane, the whole second season was Crane like looking at his family and realizing that it was a source of weakness, you know what I mean? That it was taking away from him. So perhaps if her father or whomever were to come into the mix, it would open up another soft point or like a potential place that could turn into strength maybe. Or maybe she'll, you know, fail. It could happen.
Thank you.
It could. Didn't I call for it?
Hi. A lot of science fiction and fantasy shows tend to do a body swap episode where people get switched around. Would you guys ever want to do an episode where you have somehow got your bodies switched?
Body swap?
Yeah.
Freaky Friday on Fox.
Do you know, that's a question I wasn't expecting.
No.
Have you got the accents down?
I'm sorry?
Have you got each other's accents down that you could?
That's interesting.
Give us a good lieutenant.
We'll pitch it. Yeah, and I'll take credit.
Take credit. That would be funny. I like it. What's this?
Hi. My question is for both of you. I really love the costumes in Sleepy Hollow, so I was wondering for Tom, what's your favorite costume piece, and Nicole, what's your favorite costume that you've worn?
Costumes?
Yes.
I really like the episode where I wore big boots and a big coat.
Skinny jeans!
No.
There was
Skinny jeans!
Skinny jeans. No. Actually, doing the flashback stuff and actually getting a good proper. I like that big hat. There was a big hat, which was weird.
Yeah, Abby, the jeans and the red leather jacket is my favorite outfit. Yeah, I would wear it around, but it would be kind of weird if I was walking around dressed like that. I love what you have on. I think you actually have on. I think you have on actually like one of my coats.
Yeah, it's from the season 2 finale.
Okay. That's cool. No, that's like the actual coat. That's pretty impressive. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys. Tom, I'm afraid you're gonna have to call your mom again. Yeah, so I borrowed my Mike's phone and there's a super hot Jesus number here. And if I dial it, it rings. It could be a problem. Really? No, seriously. One of the things she was upset about earlier was you guys had a near cancellation rumor. How did was that real?
We've been cancelled. It's because of the spoiler. Sorry, everyone. There is no time leap between us.
Sometimes the larger networks have these weird rules for keeping shows on. Can you speak to a little bit of that and how things are going, whether that was true at all?
Oh, that's not really something that filters down to us, I'm afraid. I don't think I can answer that.
No, I think if it happened, we'll just get the note in the morning while we're working on our lines. So it's probably not gonna happen today.
Thanks a lot. We'll keep watching.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Just a side note, but I think that body swapping was in a fanfic I read.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
But anywho, my question for you guys actually is, as actors, you're always growing, you're always evolving, developing your characters, developing your own skill. And I was just wondering, like throughout the show, if what scene or what act, you felt really pushed you forward as an actor.
I really liked the finale of season 2. It was the first time we really got a long look at Ichabod in the past. Because before it was always, there'd be a couple of scenes flashback. And so to actually get a chance to really explore who he was and then consequently get a better understanding of who he is now, that was a treat. That was a really nice thing to be able to do. And a nice challenge because, there's been playing the end game of Ichabod and then backtracking to put all of the other pieces in place. That was a fun one.
I think, maybe, I think the first season, just really coming into the world the first season, Abby trying to figure out, she was sort of the audience's point of view, so trying to figure out the balance between the fantasy and the reality and how much of emotional life and all that kind of stuff, trying to figure out what that was, what the actual world of the show was. I think it's a huge challenge for me, the first season, the first few episodes, the Sandman and all that. That really, I think, has affected the way that I work as an actor. Thank you for the question. It's cool.
And it's really, you can stop listening for a moment. That's really tough. That Abby is the audience throughout the entire show. When Ichabod arrives, Ichabod I've always thought of as the sidekick. Because Abby is the audience. Abby is thinking exactly the same thing as the audience. And Ichabod's just kind of, hands. It really needs to be fully grounded with someone who can guide you, the audience, into this weird world. Because Ichabod certainly can't, because there's not enough to relate to. So, Nicole saying, this, that's really difficult, and she's excellent at it.
Thank you, Mega Second
We've reached about the 5 minutes left mark, so we're going to squeeze in, I think, one more question. Hey, never fear, we have another panel tomorrow.
Yay!
That's actually, let me just mention that, 2:30 tomorrow in the Marriott Atrium. So, yeah.
Hi guys, thanks so much for coming to DragonCon. We love having you here. My question is actually for the whole panel. Of all the creatures that have been, including DJ Ichabod, of all the creatures that have been created for the show, which is the one that you feel would scare you the worst in real life if you encountered them? No rush.
me, that's like picking a favorite child.
Oh, you want an answer?
Whatever, we can hang out. I don't have any place to be until 6.
Like that, it's very difficult to tell because they're all, like they're right in front of us, and they're all really scary in that they're really brilliantly detailed. So particularly if there's, I remember there was a bit with the Wendigo where he manages to get me on the ground and is kind of on top of me just after Abby shoots him. And so it's this big face right there, and they're scary. They're all scary, especially when he's running after you. I don't know how to decide. Very good. Well done, Rory.
Personally, I would probably go with either the Reavers or the Acolytes.
The Reavers, I'd forgotten them. I've forgotten them for a reason because they're genuinely frightening. They, with like fish hooks holding their eyes open and their mouths, and there were loads of them, and they screech and run at you. They were really scary, actually. Yeah, what Corey said, Reavers, I'll go with that.
Nicole.
No, I definitely agree with the Wendigo and the Reavers. I know this is so. Don't be mad at me, Corey.
She's gonna say the Headless Horseman.
No, I'm not gonna say that, but no, the coin. To me, the coin that brings out your dark, evil side is the thing, because like anyone can get it. Any of you guys can pick it up, and then like all your demons come out. I think that's, to me, what makes the show interesting. Is like all of your bad shit really coming out. That
I
is
did
the
so
really...
well at not swearing.
Well, sorry. But no, I mean, like, I think for me, truly, that would be the scariest thing, because you never know. With everyone, I could just, you with the tattoo, I could just give you the coin and you never know what she's gonna do. You know what I mean? That's really scary to me. People. People! People are scary.
And on that note, I believe we are out of time, so I would like to thank all of you for being here. All of you for being here.
That's what you look like.